if I hadn't stumbled upon a method for bathing and doing laundry, such as I have done recently, I would never get into it, and I would never feel so comfortable with being homeless that now I can't imagine not being homeless. Inasmuch as, why would I want to go back to being a householder? I mean, sure, it sucks that I don't have money, I don't get to drive a car, but living inside of a building does not enthrall me with delight because it's fraught with various inconveniences. Oddly, it may sound odd to say that, or to hear me say that, but I've known about these all along. I just kind of put up with them because I didn't think there'd be another way or a better way. And it all hinges on bathing, of all things. It used to be a problem with eating, but I solved that months ago on how to eat. Avoid bread and bagels and replace them with chips, corn chips, and crackers. And there is a variety of crackers that's not so salty. God forbid, they make crackers with so much salt you're practically eating salt. And put vinegar in drinking water to make drinking water acceptable. Buy canned tomatoes, buy canned soup, granola bars, peanut butter, and that's about it. Very simple diet, doesn't spoil, and then various supplements like iron. I need to take sometimes herbal laxatives, various other minerals like calcium and magnesium. But bathing has been a bitch to figure out how to bathe and how to do laundry, because I knew that soap is a problem. It leaves a residue, and it doesn't change the hardness of the water, which means the soap is more inclined to leave a residue and make it difficult to rinse out. So I just didn't like the idea. I've done bathing out of a bowl before, but I used to use vinegar, and then I got tired of it. So I couldn't imagine what to put in the bowl of water, or the public bathroom sink, for that matter, after I stop it up with a piece of plastic bag from the grocery section of the supermarket. But baking soda, it's perfect. It softens the water. Unfortunately, it's kind of harsh on certain wardrobe articles, like one of my shirts is losing its dye and will gradually get faded. But aside from that one piece of clothing, baking soda doesn't seem to harm anything else. It rinses out very readily, it softens the water, and it's great for me, for my body, because I need sodium, but I can't consume it without interfering with my digestion, because I have very little stomach acid due to the various antifreeze poisonings that I've undergone in the last 20 years has weakened my digestive force. We need stomach acid secretion to break down, to start the first steps of breaking down protein and starch. And that's like 2/3 of the diet. The other third is fats. You don't have stomach acid. And then you also, another problem stomach acid helps alleviate is bacteria and yeast on food. It helps to weaken or kill that off. And so without stomach acid, I can have a lot of problems, and I do, with digestion. And so absorbing salt through the skin, sodium ion through the skin by washing with baking soda and not rinsing it off. I rinse it out of my clothes, but I don't rinse it off my body. Has given me a healthy stability such that I don't even need to take many supplements anymore. That's like my prime supplement of choice. And everything else is minor by contrast. Had I known, I would have started this sooner. So now it's part of my routine every morning to bathe, do some laundry, and keep ahead of the dirty laundry. I can't do big articles in a little bathroom sink, obviously, just clothing. But it has changed everything and made it to the point like, oh, I'm homeless, so what, It's like, I don't care. But having a dirty body and putting dirty clothes onto a dirty body, oh, I was so miserable. Oh, I couldn't stand it. Oh, it was horrible. And now, it doesn't exist. It's not a problem. Because it doesn't exist to be a problem. So, things have changed. Things have changed. So I don't know how I'd cope with going back to living in a building, quite frankly, because those are problems I don't know how to solve. You know, like my electrosensitivity, I don't know how to solve that. But everything else, I'd probably go back to bathing. I'd stand in the bathtub or in the shower and have a bowl there with baking soda and tap water and bathe out of the bowl. Because it's cost effective. If I try to do that, the same concentration of baking soda in the bathtub, what I'm doing in the bowl, it would not be cost effective. I'd be losing money down the drain. It'd be so much baking soda washed down the drain, it'd be a hopeless waste of money. But doing it out of a bowl is perfect. And it really, I've had problems with the ammonia being put in the tap water since 1984. I've had problems coping with that because I have the liver of an alcoholic. Being born to one, I was given one. Even though she got over it, I did not. Because she was not a fetus when she was being an alcoholic while she was harboring me in my status as a fetus. So I got the bad liver and I'm stuck with it, and she got healed. So sodium bicarbonate bathing out of a bowl and a washcloth is very high concentration of sodium ions. It's very mild on the skin, unlike sodium carbonate in the swimming pool and jacuzzi is very harsh. Bronner's soap is harsh. Normal soaps, although they're great, you know, they put herbs and stuff in there, they leave a soap residue and they don't provide sodium ions, which is all I really need is sodium bicarbonate. I don't need anything else to bathe. So this is a whole nother order of magnitude of improvement that surpasses anything else I've learned how to make improvements over the last, 10, 11 months of being homeless. This is the biggest and the best improvement of them all. I just keep topping myself. I thought iron was a big deal, learning to take iron. The necessity of which, to deal with paranoia and to turn it off at will. But, and putting vinegar in drinking water. Great improvement. So this is like the third of 3 major improvements that I've learned to do. But this one has nothing to do with eating. It has to do with bathing. And yet it's just as important, if not more important, than what I put inside my mouth and inside my stomach and chew and swallow. What I put on my skin is very important because it's my only way to take sodium. I can't take it any other way except through the skin. Actually, there is a way to fix my electrosensitivity issue that I have with living in an apartment or a home, is to not live in an apartment, but only accept a home as a place to move into, because then I would have to change all of their appliances, replacing them with DC appliances, get rid of all the AC appliances, and run only and then disconnect from the grid and run only DC power through the house wiring, probably from solar panels or whatever. From batteries, charged from solar panels or whatever they're charged with. It doesn't matter, just so long as something is recharging the batteries. It could be a free energy device, but running off the batteries, DC power, DC appliances. That I know from experience is the only solution that is acceptable to my body. It's just one of those things I have to, I had to learn the hard way. So I don't look forward to going back into a building because it would be a huge investment to accommodate my needs. And the way it is now, living in a dead car with no electrical system whatsoever, let alone DC versus AC, I'm fine. I'm just, once I figured out all these other issues of what to eat, what supplements to take, and how to bathe, I wouldn't want to go back unless I had money to spend, because it would be a huge undertaking to convert a building and be separate from other wiring systems, so an apartment wouldn't work. I mean, it'd be a mild improvement, but not good enough to be worth the effort. I mean, it'd be a temporary experiment only, intended to, can it be done? How would I do it on a small scale? But not stay there, because it's not possible to get any benefits if everyone else's wiring is carrying AC and mine is carrying DC. And would the apartment management like what I'm doing? No. Disconnecting from the mains and feeding my own system in there. And where do I put the batteries? In the bedroom, wherever the panel is. Usually they're in the bedroom for some bizarre reason. So it's not really doable in an apartment setting. I couldn't go back. I don't know. That's all I can think of.